Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? This is a very special video because I have in front of me a G-SHOCK 40th anniversary special. And it's not just any G-SHOCK. This is the top of the line MTG-B3000 Flare Red series. So let's dive in. As you can see, this is the outer packaging which the watch comes in. This is the main box, and it has this very grunge type, brutalist, concrete texture. Like, you can really feel the texture on it. It's a very rugged look. As you go, there you see the model number. It's MTG-B3000FR 180R. The FR stands for Flare Red. And here are some other details at the bottom right over here. And then here are some regulatory information and a barcode. QR code. It says G-SHOCK 40th anniversary on the top. Yeah, this is the barcode I meant. So this is the model number on the Indian market. And this is how much it costs in India. 94,995 rupees inclusive of all taxes, and it was manufactured on November 2022, in November 2022, and its country of origin is Japan. Yes, this is a made in Japan G-SHOCK. It was manufactured or produced at the Yamagata factory at the special G line, but only the top of the line G-SHOCK models such as the MTGs and the MRGs are assembled by hand and machine both. So let's get started. The outer cardboard box opens this way, and then you need to turn it like this, and we're met with a very gray plastic box. As you can hear, it doesn't seem like much, but then if you open it, this is what it reveals. Whoa, look at that. It's almost as if this was a concrete block and it was dropped on the ground, and it broke into and shattered into several pieces, and this is the biggest chunk. There you go. It says G-SHOCK 40th anniversary over here. This is the Haze design logo. It has these stars and a 40 embedded inside onto the plastic box. And here's some information. I guess it says ABS plastic at the back. So I'll keep this aside for now and get back to what is there in the rest of the box. So this whole piece comes out like this. And then we have the usual. This is an MTG first. Read this first. What does that mean? This is the manual. It usually says watch manual, but here it says read this first. Interesting. So this includes all the functions, and you can also get a full operation guide and question and answer at the website over here. And yeah, this is the user manual. I'll cover this in the full review later on. And we also get a G-SHOCK International Warranty card. And then some other information. I guess this is the FCC statements. And then this is what to do if your watch stops or does not operate normally. This is, as you expect, a solar operated watch. So to ensure stable operation, keep the watch exposed to light as much as possible. I'll keep it there. And this is the Casio India 2 years warranty plus 6-month extended warranty on registering product online. So this is the serial number of my watch. And then we have, I also got this. the Casio exclusive membership pack. It includes a 3-year warranty, free pickup and drop in case of service, exclusive and seamless customer support, and 30% off on product upgrades, and much more only at 295 rupees. Yeah, keep this to the side and let's focus on this, the main watch box. How does it open? Okay, so this is how it opens, just like that. And then on the inside, we have yet more G-SHOCK 40th anniversary branding, and the watch is wrapped in this nice beige cloth. So if I remove that, these are some of the features: G-SHOCK MTG, carbon core guard, Bluetooth, Casio. It's triple G resist, shock resistant, vibration resistant, centrifugal gravity resistant, and it's radio controlled, which means it has multi-band 6. And it's solar powered, of course. It has Bluetooth link to connect with your smartphone via an app. It has a sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating, super illuminator, and 200-meter water resistance. And that's the code of the watch, MTG-B3000FR 180R. So I'll keep that to the side. And this is interesting. I guess this part over here clips onto the side. So you can use this box to display your watch, like it's designed for that purpose, with the 40th anniversary branding on it over here. So you can just open it like that and show off to people that you got the more expensive MTG B3000. Anyway, that's pretty much all there is to cover on the box. This feels very nice, but it kind of feels flimsy. Look at that. Oh my god. Okay, at least it doesn't open by itself if you flip it over. But these are not the usual MTG boxes. The usual MTG box, it has this fake faux leather type of case, this vinyl texture on it, and that feels much more premium than this. But this looks cool, so it's a trade-off you have to make. So I'll just open this up, remove the cover from the watch, and this is the first look. Look at that. It's absolutely gorgeous. There we can see the flare red. So this is actually a multi-layered carbon bezel. This is unique to every watch. No watch is the same. Each watch has a different pattern on the bezel. And it's a carbon core guard structure. And it's because it's metal twisted G-SHOCK, the majority of it is enclosed in metal. I'll give you a macro look. Look at that. Amazing. Even the watch stand itself, it has a very intricate design. So I guess this clips into the side like so. And then you can gaze at your watch like this. Very, very cool. So I'll take it out of that. Oh, it's very locked into place. I'm not sure how to get this out. Oh my god. Bear with me. Oh, so that's what it's designed for. So when you clip your watch in like this, you need to unlock it from the sides and just pops right out. So I'll remove this, set this to the side, and place this cloth in the center so the watch doesn't get scratched. Wow, look at that. The band has a very nice textured surface to it. It's very soft. And the buckle, it says since 1983, because G-SHOCK was first introduced for the 1983 model year. And this signifies the 40th anniversary of the G-SHOCK with 4 stars, 1, 2, 3, 4. It has a single tongue. And at the back, we can see, well, we can't actually see it clearly now, but there's the Haze 40th anniversary logo. I apologize if I'm not pronouncing his name right, but this is a single take. I'm not memorizing anything and it hasn't been rehearsed. These are all genuine reactions. So now on to the most difficult part of unboxing a G-SHOCK. Removing all these pesky labels on them, or price tags on them, and information tags, of course. Remove that. Why do they make it so damn hard? There you go. What? Yeah, finally. And there's one more tag remaining. This should be easy. I hope so. Yes, done. Set these off to the side. And I'll shut my mouth for a few seconds so you can have the ASMR experience, as some YouTubers call it, which I frankly think is not worth it. But I'll stop talking. Okay, then. This is our very first look at the Flare Red 40th Anniversary Special MTG-B3000. Oh my gosh, it's just stunning. Absolutely freaking gorgeous. The details on it are just mind-boggling. Look at that. The carbon bezel doesn't feel like regular carbon fiber. It has a more matte feel to it, if you get what I mean. And then we have this nice gold ring around the sapphire crystal to protect it. The sapphire crystal is just barely set in and has this metal lip going around it to protect it from damages. So this is the lip. And there's a bit of gap between the metal and the sapphire crystal itself. So even if the metal gets dented, it won't affect the sapphire crystal. It won't cause it to crack. And then we have... Wait, why hasn't it started yet? Yeah, there you go. We have the day window over here, the date window over here, and this is the wall time setting, and this is the 24-hour information dial. Moving on to the side, we have 2 buttons on the left, and this is a what do you call ladder on frame construction. So the monocoque and the body are actually three separate pieces. So you have the carbon bezel on the top and the metal body all around. It goes right up to the back case. So this is one seamless piece right from here. There you go. That's the 40th anniversary logo. It says stainless steel back, water resist 20 bar, MTG-B3000. And of course, sapphire crystal. This is a Bluetooth logo. This is the receiving button. This is the light button. And this is a made in Japan branding. At the back over here, oh, I forgot to remove this. So without any further ado, let's do that. Done. Look at that. The polishing and the fit and finish on this watch is just fabulous. It has a mirror polish on the side and a straight brushed finish on the main end over here. And at the side, it's matte textured. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 screws on the bezel. And then there are 3 buttons on the right of the watch. Actually 2 buttons and 1 digital crown. And then these are the lugs. This watch is one of the most expensive G-SHOCKs to have interchangeable bands. So this is how it works. You push these 2 gold screws on the side, and then you just pull it away. Look at that. It's that simple. This is how the mechanism works. Look at that. Even on the inside, the attention to detail hasn't been spared. It has a red ring, and when you rotate one side, the whole contraption moves. That is just amazing. Look at that. What happens when you press it is this shortens, or actually elongates the gap between the edge of the lug and the watch band itself, and you can simply remove the watch. To put it back in, press both the sides together, like so. Place the watch band here, and it's done. Okay then, let's get to the specs. But before we get to that, let's have a look at this digital crown. This is how you unscrew it. It comes out. And there are 2 settings. One changes this. The second change is this one. And to screw it back in, push and twist. That's it. The buttons are very, very smooth to operate. I'm applying very little pressure, still it's going in all the way. And even the buttons, they have a red gasket around it to protect it from water and dust. And you can spin the buttons like so. It's very, very high quality. And all around the watch, you have these little gold polished gold touches. It's not real gold, of course, it's iron gold plated, but it's very, very nice. It just ties the whole design together. Like you have the metal ring around the sapphire crystal, and then you have another ring which goes all around the watch at the bottom of the carbon bezel. And combined with the gloss black polishing on the lugs and the watch bands, it creates a very, very impressive looking watch. So, enough of this. Let's get to the features of the watch. The Red Flare 40th anniversary models celebrate the iconic G-SHOCK brand with the MTG-B3000 and the GWG-240FR. Both are 40th anniversary models. This has a multi-color carbon insert bezel which evokes solar flares. The G-SHOCK spirit of toughness is conveyed by evoking the dynamic energy and heat intensity of solar flares, which is seen here. And coincidentally, it's the very reason why I chose to film on this marble table. Is this marble? I'm not sure. Well, that's not important. Let's forget that. Carbon and colored glass fibers are laminated and hewn into bezel forms to produce random patterns, which we can see here. Meanwhile, the use of glass fiber sheets containing phosphorescent particles creates stunning designs of wondrous glow-in-the-dark beauty. And I'll also show you a taste of that. The whole bezel glows in the dark, which is just amazing. This creates a stunning design of wondrous glow-in-the-dark beauty. And the exact bezel patterns and phosphorescent hues will vary from watch to watch due to details of the manufacturing process. So this is as unique as you can get with a G-SHOCK. And there are also special design features, as I've already shown you, to celebrate the 40th anniversary of G-SHOCK. This is a Haze design logo commemorating the 40th anniversary of G-SHOCK, and it's engraved on the case back, which is matte black. It should not actually be called the case back, it should be called the watch body, because the whole case back goes up right to the lugs and the bezel. So the watch is a sandwich. This carbon monocoque inside, and then on top of it, the multi-layered carbon bezel is bolted on, and it's enclosed or encased by a metal backplate, which comes right up to the bezel. And then the stainless steel band loop is laser engraved with 4 stars and the words "Since 1983. Oh, I forgot to remove the sticker on this. So let's do that. Oh my God. Look at that. With the sticker on, I could have never guessed this had a mirror finish. It's so shiny, you can see my iPhone 14 Pro's camera lenses there. Can you see that? And that's the LiDAR sensor. That's the flash. Ultra wide, wide, and telephoto camera. This is what makes it worth $1,300 plus. Okay, let's get on to the details of the dial. So you can see here, there's a solar dial with a distinctive face design. This is a solar This is a solar flare inspired pattern, and it's printed on the dial with clear toner. And this is what you see here. Like you can see these little squidgy lines. And this is the dynamic face and presents a unified look with the exterior design while maintaining dial viewability. The dial is extraordinarily easy to view because it has these rose gold hour and minute markers. No, they're not minute markers. Are they gold? No, they're red. The minute markers are this orange red hue, and then the hour markers are rose gold. same as the sides and the metal ring around the sapphire crystal. This watch has smartphone link for full functionality at your fingertips. And it also has multi-band 6 or multi-band 6 and tough solar, which means it is a radio controlled solar watch, which is very accurate for timekeeping. And the sapphire crystal is highly scratch resistant. I think, as Jerry Rig everything says, glass is glass, and glass scratches at a level 6 with deeper grooves at a level 7. This is not that. This is sapphire. It scratches at a level 8 with deeper grooves at a level 9. The only material which is harder than sapphire crystal is diamond, which scratches at... No, it doesn't scratch at any level, I guess. I think level 9 or 10 maybe. But this is highly scratch resistant and highly transparent, as you can see. And it has an anti-reflective coating. And you can operate this watch from your phone with the Casio Watch's smartphone app. This is a limited edition model, shock resistant as every other G-SHOCK, 20 bar water resistant, and it has, these are the basic informations and specifications, starting with the case size. This is a 51.9 millimeter watch into 50.9 into 13.2. So that is this dimension, the height, the width, and no, why would I say that? This is lug to lug, and this is the sides to sides, which is 50.9 millimeters, and lug to lug it is 51.9 millimeters, and the depth is 13.2 millimeters. This is a very thin watch. I'm wearing a Mudmaster on my wrist, and you can see the difference right here. The Mudmaster is almost twice as large if you count the top of this. Look at that. That is just awesome, because this has more complications than a Mudmaster. The Mudmaster only has 2 places for the hands to rotate, and it's partly digital, but this is completely analog. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 places. No, actually 5 if you can include the date and the day. I mean, the day window. So yeah, this is the size of an MTG-B3000 compared with a Mudmaster GWG-1000. Look at that. It's a whole 2 sizes smaller. It's not even like 1 size smaller, it's 2 sizes smaller. This is more comparable with the GA2100 series in terms of size. So if you're paying above $1,300, in some areas it's also $1,500, don't be disappointed when you get a smaller watch than a Mudmaster. The Mudmaster is designed for a different purpose. This is for a very, very niche purpose. It's not for everyone. If you want something outlandish, typical of a G-SHOCK, you should go with the Mudmaster, preferably the GWG-1000 version, because it's bigger than the GWG-2000. But this is a classy G-SHOCK. You can wear this G-SHOCK when you're playing sports, when you're swimming, when you're diving, not too deep though, because you can't operate the buttons on this like you can on a Frogman. That is designed to have buttons which are operable even under 100 meters, up to 200 meters underwater. This is not like that. Anyway, the case and the bezel material is carbon and stainless steel, and the weight is 115 grams, which is almost the same or a bit heavier than a GWG-1000 Mudmaster. If I remember, this is also around 100 grams. And the band, it's a resin band, as you can see. And the construction is it's triple G resist, which means it's shock resistant, centrifugal force resistant, and vibration resistant. And it has a carbon core guard structure. And the water resistance is up to 200 meters. The time adjustment is radio controlled, as I've already told you before. I'm reiterating that. And it has multi-band 6. The power supply and battery life it's tough solar powered. And some of the features of the app, which I'm not going into detail right here, but some of the features are it has auto time adjustment, an easy watch setting, approximately 300 volt time cities. You can save the time and place by pressing a button, and it sends it to your watch and it performs an operation. And it has a watch status display, and it has a self-check. So if any of the hands are out of alignment, or if the charging is not as it used to be, it'll check the solar cells, it'll check the hand home position, if it's in the right order, like if it's working properly. This is also on these G-Shocks, a GWG-1000. It's a special menu, but with this you can access it directly from a smartphone. This you'll have to do some weird presses like this, like these three buttons together to open the hidden menu. And it also has a phone finder, so if you're someone like me who misplaces your phone very, very often, you can just press one button here and it's going to ring your phone. The exterior is sapphire crystal with glare resistant coating, and it has pink gold. Why are they calling it pink gold? They should call it rose gold iron plated bezel. And the crown is a screw down lock crown. And the compatible band size is 145 to 215 meters. That is, I expect, the length of this. And it also has Neo Bright. Neo Bright is around the R markers, that's the LUME, and on the hands, on the edges of the hands as well, like these parts. Everything that you see in white on the hands, that has Neo Bright. And it has a carbon fiber second hand. Second hand doesn't mean used, it means the second hand. And some of the watch features are, let's cycle through them here. So that's the first. The first is a countdown. This is a stopwatch, I guess. So that's the stopwatch. It just started. I'll stop that, reset it. And then we have the timer. So this is how you set the timer. You unscrew this. Yes. This is how you set the timer. The hands move out of the way. So you can adjust that. And then we have the alarm settings. Again, you adjust it with the crown. I've just noticed the crown is just amazing in feel. There's no movement whatsoever. Like even when I'm pushing very hard on it, it's barely moving. It has a spinning mirror finish on it. Not mirror finish. Spinning brushed mirror finish. And then it has this knurling on the sides. All the buttons have knurling, and even the screws, they also have knurling. One thing I've noticed is on previous MTGs like the MTG-B3000, you could turn these lug screws while the watch was in place. In this one, you can also do it to a certain extent, but it's locked in place. But once you remove it, then you can spin it to your heart's content. It's much better than a fidget spinner, trust me. So I'll put that back in. There you go. It's very secure, don't worry. It's not going to come off by itself. If you press one side, it's still not going to come off. Look at that. You need to press both the sides deliberately. Only then it's going to fall off. So don't go around thinking that anyone can just yank this out of your hand, because it's not. Look at the size of this. No other watch I have seen has such a big cylinder for the watch and lug connection. The watch band and lug connection. Usually they have these springs on it, like you push it with a pin in classic watches, in old school watches on both sides, and then you can change bands. But this, it's not that. I guess you could also like get a big enough band like on this side, and you can clip it in, like you could fit it in. But there's one problem with that. On usual watches, you have the lugs at the far ends of the watch, but this, the lug is inside, it goes right up to the bezel. So if you buy a non-proprietary watch band, it's going to be this big, like literally this big. It's going to be very, very thin. So unless you don't want that, you might have to buy a leather strap, and then you'll have to cut it down at the very ends, like Casio has done it here. This part is metal, and then it smoothly blends into the resin band. So if you want to fashion your own leather version of this strap, you can have it done, but it'll have to follow this shape. Okay, so back to the functions, and that's it. Cycles through the functions again, and then this is the date hand, the day hand, and this is the battery level indicator, low, and then there are 2 dots, and then high. So after you cycle through the modes, it comes back and shows to this. And then there's also a special feature which, like if you press something, it'll show you the battery level, which is this. It's very, very prominent. I don't know why they would put a button there. It's frankly redundant. They could have made it a programmable button, which you could perhaps start the timer directly here. Or you could start the stopwatch like one of the Rangeman GW9400 series had. This button over here, if you press it, it would directly start the stopwatch. So that feature is missing here. And this is the light button. It's also the start button. Light shines at a 45-degree angle almost to the dial, and primarily lights up the date window, which is also slightly tilted. And then it says MTG in metal on the dial. It's placed on the dial, and then Casio, I think it's printed onto the dial. And then it's a very 3D effect feeling watch face. So even if you look at it at a close to 180-degree angle like I am doing right now, you can still see the time. You can still tell the time. Look at that. That is the best. Even on a Mudmaster, when you tilt your hand like so, you're still able to tell the time, which is amazing. Okay, the light is a LED super illuminator with afterglow, and you can change how long it turns on for 1 second or 3 seconds. And the LED color is white. It has an energy saving feature which is called power saving, wherein the hands stop to save power when the watch is left in the dark. So when I opened the watch first, you realize that it wasn't moving because it was in the power saving mode, and has an auto hand home position correction, and the runtime with the full battery is approximately 5 months, with operation period like with normal use, like if you don't use the Bluetooth very often. And it can last up to 18 months on the rechargeable battery when stored in total darkness and with the power save function on after a full charge. And the accuracy is plus or minus 15 seconds per month with no signal calibration. And the other features are regular timekeeping. It's analog, of course. It has 3 hands, hour, minute, and the hand moves every 5 seconds, so it's very precise. And there are 3 dials, which is dual time hour and minute, dual time, and 24-hour and day. And this is the AM and PM indicator right there. And yeah, that's it. The main focus of this watch is the multicolor carbon insert bezels evoking solar flares. I'll give you some more close-up looks of the watch. That's the dial. You can see the solar flares all around. And this is the side of the bezel. It's very, very intricate. You have this combination of carbon, stainless steel all around, and there's carbon fiber inside. So this isn't carbon fiber, it's just carbon with a few laminated sheets with this pattern on it, but it's very strong, typical of G-SHOCK standards. Like, I would say not typical of G-SHOCK standards because this takes things to a whole new level. So time to put it on the wrist and give you my impressions of that. It's very, very easy to put on, and there's an incredibly wide range of adjustments. Look at that. So I feel most comfortable with the band set to the 4th hole. So there you go. That's how it looks on the wrist. I have a pretty medium-sized to small-sized wrist, and it fits just fine inside. Like, none of it, the lugs aren't going out. Look at that. Like, this is where the lug ends, this is where my wrist ends, this is where the lug ends, it's the lugs end. It's very much within my wrist size, which is a huge contrast to my Mudmaster. As you can see it there, it's basically falling outside my wrist, the lugs. Look at that. At the very edges, it's not quite outside, but it's at the very edge. But this is not like that. I'll put these two side by side so you can compare the size. Look at that. There's a world of difference. And also something I'm noticing is the rose gold metal surround on the sapphire crystal. It just shines and shimmers in the light like you would not expect. In pictures, it doesn't do it justice. You can't see this in pictures. You need to have a very well-lit environment like I am in right now. And if you're in a dim lighting condition or environment, it's going to look even better. So just bear with me. I'm going to switch off the lights and show you how this glows in dark. So I'm going to recharge this watch, the LUME, with a few lights there, and I'll come back. Look at that. Can you see it? Gorgeous. I have my laptop on right now. I'll turn that off as well. This is the LUME. You have blue LUME for the hour and minute hands and green LUME for the hour markers. And this is how the watch looks in the dark. It's amazing. I have a few more lights so you can see the outline of the watch clearly. I'll shut those off as well, and I'll see if my iPhone 14 Pro is up to the task, like if Apple did a good job on the cameras, especially nighttime videography. Oh my god. I'm basically using the light on the MTG-B3000 flare red as a torch now. It's that bright. Anyway, oh my god. Look at that. The camera is actually picking it up. This is a Mudmaster, and this is MTG-B3000 Flare Red. Look at that. The Mudmaster has more amount of lume, I would say. But this is supposed to last for longer. And in my MTG-B1000, the lume lasts for much, much longer than the Mudmasters. Look at that. The Mudmaster is already going slightly dark. Oh, look at that. It started hand home position alignment randomly out of nowhere. And look at this. This is amazing. This is like one of those Ben 10 watches. Like, do you know his watch? It's green. It lights up green and you turn it. It's just amazing. Try and change the lenses. 0.5x. The ultra wide, you can't see anything. The 2x is obviously the main camera. And this is the telephoto. I'll just keep it at 1x. I'll turn on the light. Wait, I'm in a mode, so it's not turning on. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. It's properly bright. Trying to get my camera to focus. I mean my phone to focus. Look at that. All right. Look at that. Some people, they think this watch is all about the Flare Red series and the LUME, but it's much more than that. Look at how gorgeous, how spellbinding it looks on the wrist. Like you pull up somewhere wearing this instead of something like a Rolex, Patek, Breguet, AP, anything. You pull up with this, it's a whole different ballgame altogether. Like everyone has seen a Common Garden Rolex or AP, but this no one wears. It's even, you want more attention, pull up wearing one of these mid-range G-Shocks like the Mudmaster GWG-1000, because it's so big on the wrist that it's bound to get more attention than the run-of-the-mill smartwatches or Swiss luxury watches that everyone wears. Like, I believe now it's everyone either just wears a smartwatch, like 90% of people wear a smartwatch, and the rest 10% they wear extremely expensive Swiss watches. This kind of blends a smartwatch and a Swiss watch together. Like it has the smart features such as Bluetooth, radio timekeeping, solar charging, so you never have to wind it or do one of those things like a maniac, like with some Swiss watches. And you also don't have to charge it every day or every few days like a smartwatch. So it's the best of the both worlds. And that is what makes this watch a very, very impressive deal. And look at that. Just the click and the action on it. It's amazing. I'll put these to the side for a second and hold just the main watch body. Look at that. It's almost naked right now, the lugs. And here we get a closer look at the 40th anniversary case back. It's very, very well made. For some reason, they've put these CMIT IDs and these regulatory IDs and stuff in white, which I frankly think ruins the look. It should have been all matte black. That would have been amazing. But still, a very, very impressive watch. This watch is in a category of its own because it has no competition. Like, in this price range, what can you buy? There's nothing else which is as durable as an MTG, as stylish as an MTG, and as statement making as an MTG. And that concludes this test. No, why is it test? Is this a test drive? I didn't take it for a drive, right? That concludes this unboxing and first review video. Thanks for watching and see you guys in the next one. Wait, I'll redo that. Thanks for watching and see you guys in the next video. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And please watch more videos on my channel. Okay, I should stop. I'm too tired. Bye. See you guys. I'll give you one last look of the watch. That's the multi-layered carbon bezel. Look at that. Amazing. See you.